This is an It Came From Gen X video.
Okay, another movie. It's in the works, guys. Ryan Gosling is making a movie, The Fall Guy. So, The Fall Guy, based on the great television series with Lee Majors. Put Lee Majors in a television show. It's probably going to be fun and entertaining.
Yes.
Fall Guy. I know I definitely watched that growing up in in high school. It was definitely a show I watched with my parents. He was a stuntman. Heather Thomas was in this thing. I had Heather Thomas Fall Guy posters
Heather
and
Thomas. I don't remember her.
yeah, sure. Yeah. Anyways, I was surprised they're making a Fall Guy movie. And you can find a picture out there. Ryan Guy's got long hair and stuff. So I don't know. So it's probably going to be kind of a goofy thing, as it should be. If you try to make the Fall Guy serious, it's probably not the direction you want to take. But so a couple things. It made me reflect a little bit on. There's been a lot of movies out there based on television shows. Some were pretty good. Some not so good. So I'd like to hear some of your most liked and disliked movies based on television shows. You don't have to do any particular number. Just do a couple, whatever comes to mind. So Keith, what do you got? Give me some of your best and worst movies.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want
based
to
on
say
TV
this.
shows.
I kind of going the other way with what you said. I think you want to go maybe serious with the Fall Guy movie. That would be an interesting premise of a guy who's a stunt man and, he's working crimes at night and he's using, what he's learned in the stunt business to do stuff. I think that would be a good, more serious movie. So just a thought.
Okay.
It's the kind of movie that if it's good, it's going to stand on its own. It can't rely on the old show because it's not the same people and it's really, really old. So I think it'll just have to be good or bad on its own. So
I just hope Lee Majors makes a cameo. He's got to make a cameo, right? He has to.
Exactly.
He has to.
Yeah, please do that. Show some respect.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got my first list of the ones that I hate. That the ones that were shows I love and I hate the movies.
Go ahead.
Just a couple I want to name. 21 Jump Street. I thought that was like the coolest show when it came out. And the movie I thought was just utterly stupid. I was so disappointed. Oh, that really hurt me. And of course, a show we all loved growing up, and I thought the movies were just dumb. I just don't think there's enough material there for a movie, and that's The Addams Family. Just didn't get it, man. So now I want to talk about shows that I didn't like, and of course, the movies are my favorite. I never watched the A-Team, but I thought the movie was cool. I like the A-Team movie. And of course, this is low-hanging fruit, guys, but let's just face it. We love the shows. We love the movies. Batman is probably one of the biggest show to movies out there. And this was kind of interesting. I like the show, and I like the first movie because they went so silly and campy with it on purpose that it was great. Charlie's Angels.
Yep.
And of course, I did not watch the show. It was a little bit before my time, but loved the movies. Mission Impossible, I think. Those movies are just phenomenal, every last one of them. And can't get enough of them. And I got to tell you guys, show I didn't watch. It was so freaking huge when it came out. I never watched it. I don't know why. It just didn't appeal to me. But I think the movie is the most underrated movie out there in this genre. Miami Vice. If you see Miami Vice with Jamie Foxx and
oh gosh, I don't know if I watched it.
Colin Farrell. Oh my God, it's one of those movies where everything's perfect. The soundtrack, the actors, the action, everything about that movie to me is phenomenal. One of my favorite movies.
Okay. I remember the advertisement. I never saw it. I have to check that out. I kind of forgot all about it.
Dude. It's got like Linkin Park in it, and music's just phenomenal, man. It's unbelievable. Okay. Very deep, awesome movie, man. Very cool. Very violent. Very just cool. It's a cool guy movie.
Okay. All right, Skinner, what do you got? Some of your most and least favorite, any order you want to do it in?
Couple Gen X ones. First one that the movie's just terrible. Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah,
Absolutely terrible. We grew up watching that show with Daisy Duke, and and for them to come out with that kind of movie just was so disappointing.
Dukes of Hazzard was silly. The movie was stupid.
Yes, exactly. Another one I wasn't real thrilled with, which was Charlie's Angels. I'm gonna go back with you on that, Keith. The show was great, but the movies were not so good.
Yeah,
a couple good ones. I think.
I thought the first one was so campy. They were campy on purpose, but it was entertaining. Second one just got real dumb. They just really got dumb.
Another Gen X one is Beavis and Butthead.
You did not like the movie?
No, I love the movie.
Okay.
The movie was phenomenal. It came out 15 years after the fact the show was on, and they did a real good job with it. Another one that was really good, Star Trek: The Next Generation. The movies that came out after that show was over with. Really enjoyed it. And one last one, The Fugitive. I didn't watch.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of the shows.
Yeah.
But the movies with
Harrison
Ford and Wesley Snipes was
great
absolutely
movies.
Phenomenal. Yeah. So,
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones is another one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good stuff.
Okay. Yeah, very good. Okay. It's not so good. I also had Charlie's Angels on my list as well. It wasn't so good. One that was not so good that just came out this year that I watched was the Munsters movie by the Rob Zombie Munsters movie. Not that good. Just not that good. I did not need the backstory. Yeah,
I've heard a lot of mixed feelings on that movie. I've heard all bad.
Watch it if you're a fan, I guess, but I did not need to know the backstory of how Herman met Lily and all that stuff. It just not as, I don't know. I want to see more of them in the house on 1313 Mockingbird Way, not how they got there and all that stuff. That's just me. Bewitched, terrible. The Will Ferrell Bewitched movie. Where he played Darren. Yeah, just terrible. Not good.
Terrible.
The Baywatch movie in 2017 with The Rock. Not so good.
The worst movie I've ever seen.
That was bad.
It
was almost so bad it was good in a way. It was like so campy, I don't know, but it's definitely not one of The Rock's best.
Yes.
And the Flintstones movie from '94. It just did not translate for me the best from animated to the live action. There were some things that were clever.
It did good because it was exciting to see them live.
Yeah,
but, it could have been better. Yeah,
John Goodman was a fantastic Fred and all that stuff. I don't know. It just didn't translate that great. Some of the best ones. One of my favorites, how about The Naked Gun? The Naked Gun, 1988. Naked Gun was based on a very short-lived series, Police Squad. The Police Squad was an actual series.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It only lasted 6 episodes and was canceled. They took a lot of the material right from the TV show into the movie. I just love that first Naked Gun movie. One of the funniest movies I ever saw, in my opinion. Go ahead, Skinner, what do you say?
I have a PSA announcement for those people in Hollywood. Do not come out with another Naked Gun. Let it go. I'm so. I have no desire to see this one.
Liam Neeson is going to play Frank Drebin's son. So there you go. That's it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll watch it just to see if they come even close to it, which I don't know.
Well, I'm going to have to watch it, but I'm going to be just shaking my head the entire time, probably.
Yeah. The Simpsons movie in 2007. Now this was a solid movie. It was a very good story. It was certainly like an extended Simpsons episode, but a lot of funny moments in that movie with Spider Pig and everything else. But I thought it was a great movie. I did like the Addams Family movie, the first one. The Addams Family movie. I just thought it was cool to see them on the big screen. I thought it was a nice storyline. I just thought the first one was very, very good. Now, I'm the opposite of Keith here. I did enjoy the 21 Jump Street movie. I was so surprised of how much I laughed at that movie. I thought it was hilarious. So they definitely, I know it was not at all in the same tone as the television show, and that was sort of the point, I guess. But I just cracked up. The whole scene with Ice-T, and they're in the church, and he's telling them,
what movie?
I did enjoy 21 Jump Street. I thought it was hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah. So the whole thing about Korean Jesus, not bother Korean Jesus. He was busy. There's so much of that movie. It's quotable. Was
that 21 Jump Street?
Yeah. Yep. The Ice-T. Very, very good. I also enjoyed the A-Team. You mentioned A-Team already. How about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1990? So to take the animated series and put it up on the big screen. That first movie was solid. One. Yeah, it launched a whole movie franchise there. I thought the SpongeBob movie in 2004 was also fantastic. That first movie, just so much fun. I remember taking Peyton in the theater to go see that. Just a great story. It was just a solid story of a SpongeBob adventure. And so many more.
I just want to say about 21 Jump Street.
My
problem was it was such a great drama, and when I came out of comedy, I was just so upset.
Yeah, I get it. You already mentioned The Fugitive. Another one here I kind of forgot about, the first Brady Bunch movie in 1995. I thought the premise was hilarious.
Good. Yeah,
they just took the whole family, 70s attire, 70s vibe, and just put them in the 90s. Mm-hmm. And they were still acting like they did in 1970. I just thought the whole premise was hilarious, and that was very clever. So the second one, so that went off the rails, but the first one was a lot of fun. So a lot more. Actually, I had a lot more that I remembered that I liked. I thought I had more on my list that I disliked, but I definitely had more that I enjoyed when I go back and reflect on some of these movies. So, so we'll see how the Fall Guy does and what list it makes of ours. I guess we'll critique that later when it finally comes out.
It might start a trend. Some of these old shows being made into movies.
Oh yeah, they don't have any. It seems like they keep running out of original ideas. Yeah, so I'm sure we'll continue to see more. I thought Miami Vice
would really kick that off, man. Guys got to see that movie, man. It is just so awesome. Just the way it's filmed, it's just really, it's dark, it's slick, it's really cool. Best soundtrack I've heard in a long time.
Yeah. I'll definitely go back and check that out. Okay.
Hey, this is Skinner from ItCameFromGenX. If you liked this video, please hit the subscribe button and like, and we'll see you next time.